Welcome back. Today we're going to talk about awakening the spiritual eye, making it active, making it useful in your daily life. And to do that, we're going to use a wonderful technique from Todd Murphy. And I love this understanding, and this applies to everything that I've been saying about the spiritual eye. And I'm really excited to present it to you. It's a wonderful way to understand the spiritual eye and how it works. And so let's get into it. So a lot of people are interested in occult powers, and I really understand that. I love fantasy books. I love magic. I get the desire for that. But there's an inherent problem to occultism, and it's this. It's that when you strive for some kind of power in meditation, then you are now striving for an object, right? A thing, right? And meditation, we should be moving away from things into the right brain, which is everywhere, owns the universe. It doesn't have any need for any of that because it owns everything. It is everything. And so when you make yourself focused on an object like an occult power, then you stay stuck in the left brain. And so you're defeating yourself, you understand? You're heading this way, but you're taking yourself this way. So now your energy is split and divided in meditation, and it's going to make the whole process a lot more laborious. So I just want to say that because I'm not presenting this to you in the hopes that you can awaken occult powers. It's not what it's for. It will make you psychic in a way. What I'm talking about is the God-given psychic ability that we all have. And you may know this as your gut feeling, as your intuition, as a woman's knowing. You might know it in many ways. And we want information from other brain waves that are inside of us. We want information from other parts of the brain. We want to intuit from the higher selves, right? And so we need this process. And that's the way we should maybe go about looking for it, is that this is a part of me. This is I'm embracing and bringing in these other brainwaves and making them whole inside of me. So we're seeking deeper integration with ourselves. And I just want to say, none of us are perfect. Nobody's perfect. We don't meditate because we're already perfect. We meditate because we're not perfect, right? And so we all need to integrate. We all need to learn and grow as best we can. And so this awakening of the spiritual eye is part of that integration, integrating with these deeper brainwaves. It's a part of that whole process. And so here's the technique. It's very simple. And what he's trying to do is point out to you the division between where you're looking and where your attention is. He says we want to take these two and we want to divide them. And what that means is you want to be able to mentally separate the two. Because what we do in meditation, of course, is we look up to the spiritual eye, and maybe we close our eyes or we half close our eyes. Either way, we look up to the spiritual eye, to the katastha, right? And that's to induce the superconscious mind, right? Or at least that's how it was taught to me. And Anna Wise tells us that as soon as you look up, an alpha wave goes through the brain. So you're already inducing relaxation just by the physical act of looking up. Boom, you've just activated the alpha brainwave. And so that's the normal practice. And I give a lot of instructions. I say you've got to dilate your eyes, you've got to look up and dilate your eyes at the same time. And this is very akin to what Todd Murphy is asking us to do. He's going to tell us, he tells us to look at the tip of the nose. So you want to close your eyes. So here's the technique, okay? You want to close your eyes, look down at the tip of your nose with your physical eyes, but put your mental attention, not your physical eyes, put your mental attention at the third eye. You see? That's it. That's the whole technique. And then you just sit there. You can try it two ways. You can sit there just like that for a long time, Or you can just do it throughout the day. Here's a third way. Or you can just do it repeatedly. So look down, put attention up. Look down, but put my attention up to the spiritual eye. So keep trying that, and you'll develop it. So what you're doing is, when you look with your physical eyes, then your attention is in the physical, right? But it's a non-physical thing. It's not a physical eye, right? So you're awakening something which is inside the brain, and it's mental. So Todd Murphy is telling us, just get the physical out of the way. Let's put that over here and just awaken the mental aspect of looking at the spiritual eye. Now, if you go into the dark, in a very dark room, and you dilate your eyes and you look at the spiritual eye, you're doing the same thing. You are learning to separate the two by dilating your eyes. This is Todd Murphy's trick for forcing us to do the same thing. Just put the physical down here at the tip of the nose. Let's put it over there and just awaken the mental aspect of looking with our attention, not the physical eyes, at the spiritual eye. And so what might happen is you might see light. You might see light of your chakras. You might see spiritual light. You might see the golden light. You might see the blue light. You might see the deep, dark cave. You might see the star. Or an image might come up to you. Somebody's face that you know that is thinking about you deeply. That happens to me often. Or some kind of symbolic message will come to you. So let me give you an example of that. I pulled up to our apartment, and so I pull up down below, and then the apartment is up above, right? And so my wife got out of the car and she went up into the apartment, and I was on my phone at the time, and so I stayed in the car and I was working on my phone, and then all of a sudden it flashed in my spiritual eye, my wife's face on top of a giraffe's neck. So it was a very strange picture that came to my mind. So my wife's face on a giraffe's neck, and I thought, oh, that's interesting. What does that mean? And then it hit me. She was up above in the apartment, and she was kind of stretching her attention down, thinking, well, what is he doing? Why isn't he coming up? When's he going to come up? What's going on? And so I felt that, and my right brain sent me this message, and so I got it, and I came up, So this is the kind of symbolic language that the right brain uses, that the unconscious mind uses. And so it might take a moment, and sometimes these things take me a long time to understand consciously. So if you get an image and you're like, I don't know what that means, and you're not sure, just write it down and just keep it. And if you can't figure it out, just file it away, and it might be later something might happen and you might go, oh, that's what it means. So it's a whole process. It's really fun, and this is a wonderful way to make your spiritual eye active and to receive messages from the right brain. It's really fun. Like I said, this is our God-given natural intuition, and we're just integrating with more of our own brainwaves, our own higher self. So thank you so much to everyone. If this was valuable to you, be sure to hit that subscribe button, and I will see you guys next time.